Hey guys, so I know I'm a little late to the party with my Bly Manor review, but to be honest, I just didn't know whether I liked it or not at first. Some shows you just know straight away whether you like it or you don't, but with this one I had to really contemplate it. And I didn't want to just rush out a review unless it was really my genuine thoughts. So if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, please help me out and subscribe. This is an anthology series. It's a sequel to The Haunting of Hill House, but it's not a direct sequel. So this is based on Henry James's novella The Turn of the Screw and a few of his other works. I'm not really sure which ones. So I watched The Haunting of Hill House last year and I actually really didn't enjoy it the first time I watched it. I couldn't even get through it. And it's really interesting because I watched it again this year for Halloween and I just reviewed it. So shameless self-promotion, go check out that review if you want to. But I loved it on the second rewatch. And I think it's because on the second time I got what it was about. It was a family drama with a haunted house, candy coating. And this is a love story. Bly Manor at its heart is a love story with a haunted house candy coating. You know, it's not about the ghosts and the scares and all of the horror stuff. That's not to say it isn't in there. But you see, the difference with Hill House is the second time that I watched it, I absolutely loved it. I really, really, really loved it. It's probably one of my favorite horror shows of all time. But on the second watch of Bly Manor, I didn't love it. In fact, I just found it really, really hard to get through a second time. I found it hard to get through a first time. So the things that I liked about it, the acting was amazing. I thought everybody brought a really amazing performance on board. It was visually stunning. I wouldn't say the cinematography was amazing on the level of Hill House amazing, but it was still a visually stunning show to watch. And I really liked the heart behind it and the backstory of everybody and the fact that there was so much character development. But on the other hand, I would actually say there was almost too much character development. It's just that I felt the focus on the plot was oftentimes overlooked. By all of the character development and having such rich backstories for everybody, I felt like the plot would move forward like one footstep and then we would go into somebody's memories or backstory and it would move backwards a few steps and it just kept going forward a little and then back a lot, and it just was very frustrating. I really liked episode 8, the Lady of the Lake episode. I thought that was really creepy and unsettling to see the origin story of the creepy Lady of the Lake. That was probably my favorite episode, and I really enjoyed the finale and the way they wrapped everything up. I thought that was really well done. But the 7 episodes getting to that point, especially episodes 3 to 4, was so incredibly slow. Honestly, I found it very hard to get through this. It was just very, very slow moving. And I just felt like I didn't emotionally connect to the characters the same way that I did in Hill House. In Hill House, I was so invested in their family, in what was going on in the storyline, and I felt emotionally connected to them. I didn't feel that way about these characters, and I'm not saying there wasn't a lot of heart in it. There was. I'm not saying they weren't good characters, because they were. I just personally wasn't connecting with them, so I felt it hard to connect to the overall story in general. And I felt like the pacing was off, the tone was very jumbled, maybe because of the non-linear storytelling from different points of view and getting lost in the memories. I wouldn't say that getting lost in the memories was confusing. It wasn't confusing, but it was just very annoying. It just kept going from point of view to point of view, from timeline to timeline, and it was just like, just focus a little bit more, please. So when the show does start picking up after a very, very slow snail-paced start, It doesn't seem scary at all, and like I said, I know the focus is not on the horror. The same with Hill House, but at the same time, this is meant to be a horror. And with Hill House, even though it was focused on the family and the drama, when they did have those few scares, it was so much more impactful and frightening, and genuinely probably one of the most creepy shows I've ever seen. Like, it really did unsettle me, some of those scenes, and it probably had the best jump scare out of any jump scare I've ever seen in a horror show or movie ever. It wasn't about blood and all of that and guts and everything, but tension and suspense, like true gothic horror should be, and it did it so very well. But with Bly, I watched it at night time alone with the lights off and was only a little bit creeped out, maybe twice. I've heard a lot of other reviewers saying differently, saying that they were quite unsettled and creeped out by this, so I don't know if I'm just weird and I've lost, I don't know, if maybe like I'm just desensitized by all the horror movies I've seen growing up and now I just don't get scared maybe. But a good horror you shouldn't be able to watch alone at midnight with no lights on. So the main spoiler with this is that everybody's dead basically, and I figured that out pretty early. And I also guessed that the au pair was going to die or something was going to happen and she'll become a ghost or something at the end. And I was right, she becomes the Lady of the Lake and takes over from the Old Lady of the Lake. Well, the Old Lady of the Lake sort of merges with her and they share a body, spirit. Anyway, so it never really got resolved, the whole storyline of the au pair's fiance, how his ghost was stalking her. And that was a little annoying because that was a storyline I was actually interested in and it didn't really go anywhere. So this show actually reminds me a lot of American Horror Story Murder House, because Murder House was an anthology series about a haunted house where a lot of the ghosts, I can never say that word, didn't actually know that they were dead. And it reminded me a bit of this, but American Horror Story was so much better. But look, this isn't bad. I wouldn't say it's bad. Look, it is okay. I wouldn't say it's a horrible show. It just wasn't for me. I would much prefer to watch Hill House again. So if you want to see a good gothic romance, I recommend watching The Woman in Black or Crimson Peak. I thought they were both amazing gothic horror romance movies. But yeah, this just wasn't for me. I would probably give it a C ranking. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Do you think I was too harsh? Did you prefer Hill House? And please like, share, subscribe. You know the drill by now. Thanks guys.